If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out. Whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant, Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at joffreys.com.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Heather.
I'm Sophia. And I'm Shani.
And we're the Hunt family, and we're currently at the Polynesian Resort eating dinner at the Kona Cafe. You're not here eating dinner with us at the Kona Cafe, but you are listening to Tim and Bob.
Or Bob and Tim.
On the Resort Loop podcast. Take it away, guys.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call, and the doors will be closing soon.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is ResortLoop.com. This is episode, it's 456. It's not 350, 345. I knew it was sequential.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Something.
Oh,
is there a niner in there somewhere? Oh my goodness.
We're going to make that. That's like 45,000 shows. Are we going to do 45,000 shows?
I don't see us stopping.
I saw some grimaces out there in Looper Nation when I said, well, that'll be 45,000 shows.
Well, someone who wasn't grimacing was the Hunt family.
How about that?
1, I'm hungry. 2, thank you guys very much.
Yeah, I can get in the Kona Cafe.
They'll let you in there.
You should have called. My goodness. Thank you to Jeremy, Heather, Sophia, and Shani for that wonderful show open. And if other loopers want to do a show open, Tim, they don't have to do it from the Polynesian.
No.
They could do it from their home.
They could.
They could do it from anywhere they want.
They could do it while they're en route to Disney World or en route to the grocery store.
But how could they do that?
All you have to do is call area code 414
WDW
Loop. And that'll send it right to us.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We'll get it on the air. We appreciate those. Thank you so much to, like you said, the Hunt family. So what do you got over there? What is that?
Well, before we get into the meat of the show, I got another little appetizer here. See, I'm really hungry now.
I see what you mean.
We have a new review over at iTunes. This one is from Gianni K.
Oh.
They say, Tim and Bob, or Bob and Tim, not really sure which, have done an excellent job with this podcast. I look forward to new episodes every week, and you can tell that even after over 400 episodes, I would have known it was 456 if I had
yes, see.
reread this beforehand, they still enjoy producing this great show. Oh, it's so sweet. My favorite aspect of the podcast is that while Tim and Bob, or Bob and Tim, are very knowledgeable about Walt Disney World, they clearly still enjoy their subject matter, but not each other. No, I threw that last part.
Wait a minute.
I know. As an official Disney nerd, I have listened to many Disney podcasts that are run by so-called experts. The problem with those other shows is that the experts spend so much time trying to prove to the listener how expert they are that they come across as condescending and boorish. Oh my. I have stopped subscribing to most of the other shows because most of the time they are ranting about the parks and how they could run them better. Bob and Tim, or Tim and Bob, keep the show light, fun and light, yet still deliver good material and conversation even when something not so magical needs to be discussed. Excellent work, guys. Thanks for all your production efforts while still clearly enjoying making the show.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gianni K. Yeah, making the show is so much fun, and all the interaction. It's just, that's my favorite part of the show.
You know, getting to know everybody from Looper Nation. I was thinking about Florence Porter the other day.
Were you really?
Yes, I was.
Why'd she pop in your head?
I don't know. I just, she's just such a nice person.
She's so sweet.
And, I don't know. And others, every now and then you and I talk, and we talk at work, and you guys come into our conversations constantly.
It's true.
Constantly. Some of you more than others. Anyway, strange that they talk about, we don't say how Disney, should run the park. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, and how we think they should run the park.
That's right.
No, we're not going to talk about
No, not at all.
We really couldn't come up with a topic. So
there's nothing, no breaking news over the past few days.
I don't know.
Oh, Bob, this is something that just came across.
What?
Apparently there was a get-together or a meet, a fan club event.
A Looper meet?
No, not yet. It's coming up, though.
That's coming up. That's like in a week.
I can guarantee we will not have quite as many announcements as they did at D23 out in Anaheim.
Was that this past week?
It's taken so long for a lot of this stuff to sink in.
Oh, my goodness.
It almost feels like it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's not even been a few days yet.
Oh, it was nonstop. Nonstop with these guys. We just got done talking about it before we started the show, but it's like Bob Iger was like, all right, I'm getting ready to leave. So here you go. Bang!
That's right.
Yes.
Because I think he was thinking, he's heard people talking. I'm sure he's heard people talking saying that, Bob Iger, he's a movie guy.
Right.
We brought him on. He, bought Pixar, acquired Marvel, bought a little property called Star Wars.
Yeah.
Then he was concentrating on the international things, building up thanks Shanghai.
Shanghai, yeah.
And then he drops this past weekend on our laps.
Unbelievable. He almost everything wrapped around the parks. I mean, there's so much news. There's cruise news. There's movie news. So what we thought we would do is we're just going to concentrate this show, and there'll be other shows for the other stuff that's going to be coming up. Right. But we thought there's so much to talk about that we got to break this up. So we're going to talk about just Walt Disney World in this show, and then the subsequent shows we'll talk about the other stuff. But we've got to. Why don't you start us off with this whole
our list, our rundown?
The DVC. What's this new DVC thing that they got going on there?
Oh, the DVC? Oh my gosh, this is. I don't know if anybody really saw this coming necessarily. I think everybody kind of saw that the Caribbean Beach. Everyone's talking about the Caribbean Beach is going to be the next DVC resort. It's going to be the first moderate.
Right.
So it looks like they're tearing that puppy down. They're putting in another deluxe Disney DVC based villa resort, Disney's Riviera Resort.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my wife and I were just talking about this. How and we just talked about this on the DVC show a while back. How are they going to do this with the point structure and purchasing the points? And is it going to be a moderate DVC price level?
Right.
And Disney was probably like, you guys just don't understand what we're doing here.
You guys aren't seeing the forest through the trees with this one, my friends.
We don't build moderate DVC. We build deluxe DVCs, guys. Come on, stay with us. So yeah, this thing looks fantastic. It looks like that's the one that's going to go over by Caribbean Beach, and estimated open fall of 2019. Which,
for as big as this building looks, just in the concept art, to have it up by 2019.
Right.
I mean, that seems that they're going to be hauling some sand out there.
Right. Well, I've seen some photos, and they are going all out right now. I mean, there's bulldozers and cranes and everything over there working feverishly this summer. So
right. Yes.
I think you're going to see that happen fall of 2019 with no problem whatsoever, unless of course they have some weather issues. But this is going to be tied into another announcement that they made, which, by the way, I told everybody in Looper Nation there would not be gondolas. No gondolas.
They're not gondolas, are they?
No, they're not. They are, what are they? Skyliners.
Oh.
Disney Skyliners.
Well, now that makes sense.
They're not gondolas.
No.
Whole different thing.
That's right.
Whole different thing.
I'm just still hoping they're air conditioned.
And it works. Oh my goodness! So the new Skyliner,
yes,
is going to be transporting people from this resort in particular. We know that they're going to go over to the International Gateway for Epcot and other places. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with this whole Skyliner thing, and how well that's received. I've seen on a lot of the Disney boards that some people are like, look, I don't like heights, and I'm not getting in this thing.
You know what? I'm not a huge fan of heights. I mean, it doesn't freak me out too bad, but I've always felt very comfortable on the monorail because I'm sitting on a nice solid concrete beam.
True.
Gondolas, it's like a wee tiny little metal cable.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just not sure how I feel about that necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be interesting to find out what how it's going to operate in high wind situations, and I'm sure Disney's already figured all this out. We just don't know, lightning and things like that. So I'm not a fan because I don't like heights. So I'll stick to the monorail, and hopefully that'll be good.
Right.
How about this other thing that they got? Speaking of getting guests around, what about these brand new,
yes,
quote, mini, unquote, vans?
I've seen pictures. I think they're very cute.
I love these things.
It's not the most manly looking of vehicles. But they did a really good job designing those. I love those a lot.
Yeah, so do I. And this is obviously in response to all the Uber and Lyft that have infiltrated Walt Disney World. I feel bad for cab drivers because Uber and Lyft has really put a dent in their business, probably especially around the resorts. But Disney saw a niche and they said, "Look, we'll do these mini." They're minivans that are red, or are they pink? They're red.
They're red with white polka dots.
The white polka dots, representing Minnie, and they'll take you anywhere on Disney property. Now, my understanding is price wise, it's going to be about $20. How do you feel about that?
$20 per person, or just $20 for the vehicle and as many people as you can cram into it?
I'm guessing it's $20 for period.
I don't think that's terrible.
Right.
I'm not sure I would necessarily pay for it all the time, but if you wanted to get stuff done, you're going to like maybe a commando day, you want to get a couple parks done. I mean, I don't think for $20, I don't think I'd hesitate. And I love the fact when I looked at it, I think they're what are those things called? The Chevy larger size SUVs, not the Equinox, one size up. Traverse.
Right.
That's a good size vehicle because a lot of those Uber cars, they're things like Priuses.
Well, yeah,
and little Hondas. So you're gonna have room for the kids, strollers, and that kind of thing. Hopefully,
right. And I think Disney is going through that driving service Lyft. I believe that's something that is just floating around there right now. That you would go through Lyft on an app to get the minivan to you. So I kind of like the idea because there's a little bit of uncertainty with getting into a stranger's car. You're getting into a Walt Disney World transportation.
True.
You don't have that nervous feeling. You know who you're getting in the car with. So,
have you seen? Are they still doing the express bus service park to park?
As far as I know, that's still going on.
That's what I thought as well. I thought maybe this was going to replace that, but I've not heard anything of the express bus system going away. I'll think we'll check on that.
I don't think that's going to be going away at all. What else? What else we got new coming out of D23?
One of the, I won't say smaller announcements, but it's kind of huge in a way, is going to go the China movie.
Yeah.
Some of these things at Epcot that have, I'm going to say, have been neglected for years, like the China movie.
You mean Martin Short in O Canada? That nobody knows who Martin Short is anymore.
I know who Martin Short is, by the way. That's enough for me.
Yes. But we're old like the movie.
Well, I suppose there is that. But I'm excited about this China movie because from what I've heard, they're saying all new technology. It looks like it's going to be, from what I've been able to find, a seamless 360 experience.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. But then again, I mean, that's that new technology that's out there. You can get those cameras now for a couple of $100.
Oh, true. Those Ricoh Theta cameras.
Yeah,
you
can do your own.
That's true.
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness! Hopefully they'll have rails we can lean against or something.
Yeah, swivel chairs. Give me a swivel chair. What's wrong with that?
I will say, don't we stand enough in the parks and walk?
Please. But this is the same technology camera system that they're going to be using that they used for Soarin'. Mm-hmm. Very similar.
Yes.
So and that new Soarin's getting just rave reviews. Everybody loves it.
I'm excited by that. It's not always China's not always the most cooperative of countries to deal with.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to be shooting this stuff in China, so Yeah. But then again, that might be some of that tying in. See Bob Iger doing it again, tying in with, look, we're going to put in this park for you. You got to help us out. We want to be able to shoot all of the beautiful parts of China.
Right.
And they know, listen, this is Disney. They're not there to try and, sneak in any propaganda or bad stuff showing,
If anybody's going to show you in a positive light, it's going to be Disney.
It's going to be Disney. So, yeah.
And China likes tourist dollars as much as anybody.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of Epcot, they've got a new adventure beginning at Mission Space.
I'm excited by this, too.
I am, too. I really like this idea. So, of course, the Orange Mission, the intense one, the really intense one, it's going to get an updated new trip to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to this has been this ride's been open since 2003, so it's high time that we got a little update.
I remembered when this opened.
You what?
I remember when this attraction opened.
Oh, it was a huge deal.
It was going to be a huge deal. It was going to go in all the parks. People were talking about it everywhere in cooperation with NASA.
Yeah.
So it is time.
It absolutely. And I hope they keep Gary Sinise as our mission commander, because he was fantastic.
I was thinking the same thing.
But the Orange Mission's going to a more visually stunning trip to Mars, they say, while the all new Green Adventure will allow guests to blast off for an orbital adventure around planet Earth.
That sounds cool.
I think that'll be very cool.
I love it.
Who needs SpaceX when we've got this?
Right.
And then when you're done with this, you just go and, go on the monorail or a Skyliner or something. You don't have to, worry about splashdown.
No, there'll be no splashdowns.
Oh, my goodness. What else do we have going on?
I'm going to find it right here. How about that new restaurant that's going to be near Mission Space? The space-themed restaurant. Did they give a name for that? I can't find my place here. But the pictures for this also look stunning.
I don't think they have. I'm trying to find it myself. I got...
Here, I found their quote. We're excited.
I'm looking.
Okay, you look. I was going to... Okay.
Yeah, here it is. It's the first look at the new space restaurant to offer out-of-the-world dining experience at Epcot. Now, I thought when I saw the pictures, and you tell me if I was, if you thought this too, I thought immediately it was going to be the Siemens VIP is where this was going to go, because it looks like the Siemens VIP.
It does have kind of a spaceship look, space side look to it.
Right. But they're saying that it's going to go into Mission Space.
It's either going to be in there or next to it. I'm going to guess next to, but I'm not sure where. You have Wonders of Life right there, not usually used a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll move in there or maybe they'll squeeze it in or level and build. Because that side is going to be, with other news coming up, that side of Future World is going to have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think it's going to go in between Ellen's Energy Adventure and Mission Space. I think that's where they're gonna stick it.
I'm kind of with you on that one.
My guess.
I'm kind of, because then you're going to have the new attraction. We can probably mention that now. The Guardians of the Galaxy attraction
going into Ellen's Energy Adventure.
Kind of melancholy, sad about that, but I totally understand it.
Yeah.
And then in between, and then Mission Space. So you got a nice little space corner there of Future World.
Right.
Going on. So that would make sense.
That would be a nice breakup, too, because you'd have Guardians of the Galaxy, then you'd have this restaurant, then Mission Space. So you go to Guardians of the Galaxy, you get all, hyped up, you go grab something to eat, then you go over to Mission Space, and then you use those cans after you're done, right? Mission Space.
Or maybe you want to do it the opposite way. I'm not really sure.
You want to go all right.
But if you're doing the new green thing, you're good to go.
Well, that's true. Now, I don't know how intense the new... Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's true. There's no real details on that other than where it's going.
Other than where it's going, and the fact that, keep this in mind, folks, if you're going to be down at Walt Disney World, Universe of Energy will be closing August 13th. So that's going to go away over there.
That's going to be fast.
It's saying Epcot's brand new e-ticket attraction will be based on the rockin' and action-packed world of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow.
So and the Guardians Mission Breakout out in California getting rave reviews. People love it.
I'll tell you, I've seen pictures of the film they're using there. It has to be super ultra high def.
Oh yeah,
like 12K.
Oh, just crazy.
Because on my non 12K or 4K monitor, it looks stunning.
Right. Right. Exactly. So what else? Tell them what else is going into Epcot. They're really blowing up Epcot. What's going on with that?
Epcot's getting some really, what I'm going to say, it's been missing some love for a while.
Yes.
I'm excited by this. This is a rumor. A lot of these things have been rumors, but the Ratatouille ride from Disneyland Paris coming to the France Pavilion at Epcot.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to try and get our friends from Pixar to come back on and talk to us about that. We're already talking with them to come back on so we can find out a little bit more about this. But
I know.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm excited.
I'm very excited about that ride because I loved Ratatouille. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of people all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but with all this news saying that Ratatouille, wasn't their favorite or they didn't even like the movie. I'm like, how could you not like Ratatouille?
I know, right? It's a good movie.
Oh, but it's one of those 4D attractions, and it just opened at Disneyland Paris in 2014.
Right.
So its technology is still state of the art, and now again, some people are saying they're building the same rides at different places, but the chance of me getting to Disneyland Paris anytime soon.
Exactly.
So I really don't have any problem with this, and I understand from their perspective. Once you've built something once, it's always cheaper and easier to build it again.
Sure.
But I think they're far enough apart. I don't think they're quite going to be competing against each other.
No.
That's just my take on the whole thing.
I don't think. I think it's going to be fantastic. And really, I mean, other than the folks, our friends from the UK and Europe that come over, most of us are, like you said, aren't going to have the opportunity to go over there and ride that ride. So I like it. I like it a lot. Can't wait. When are those coming?
When are those coming? Those are coming. I just scrolled past it, and I went too far. I did not. That is the new attraction. Oh, I'm at Universal Energy. I apologize. 2021.
2021.
Which is the 50th anniversary. It's getting ready for the 50th anniversary of Disney World. You can bet most of these things are going to try to have open by then.
Right.
That is going to be crazy. There's going to be crazy. Most of these hotels are going to be open by then. Ugh.
I mean, I hate to repeat myself, but listen.
Put the finger down.
You've got next year, Toy Story's Land is coming out.
Oh, we didn't even get to that yet.
You've got 2019. You got Star Wars. What's the name of the Star Wars one?
Galaxy's Edge.
Star Wars is coming.
Yeah.
What is it? Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. That's coming out 2019. Then 2 years later, you got all of those things plus the new DVC that'll be coming out.
Oh.
It is going to be an incredible time to be at Walt Disney World. I'm telling you.
Oh, that behemoth of a tower over Coronado Springs will be open. Stop it.
Maybe they'll put maybe that's where they have to build that to make it tall enough for the Skyliners. That's where the Skyliners will start.
Oh, listen to you.
No, that's not what's going to happen. But here's one that I am very excited about that they made the announcement. Finally, I've been begging for this. Go back to some of the older shows. I've been begging for this. I can't wait to ride this ride. Tron from Shanghai Disneyland coming to Walt Disney World, and they're going to put it right next to Space Mountain. My guess is it's going to go back behind Space Mountain back there. Don't worry about
the Speedway.
Don't worry. Well, Well,
I was more worried about the people mover, to be honest.
I know, but if you look at the concept art, it's on the. It looks to me like it's going to be the backside.
Yes.
So the people mover is going to be fine. Carousel of Progress is going to be fine, and the Speedway, they're saying it's going to be fine as well. So, very, very excited about that one. I cannot wait to enjoy. Tron. That just looks amazing. Very similar. If you guys have ridden Flight of Passage with the Banshee, it's you're like on a motorcycle on that thing too.
Yes.
And this thing's going to be like a motorcycle. So very, very cool. Can't wait for that.
Oh.
So what else we got going on? Oh. Speaking of Galaxy's Edge, what do you got over there with Galaxy's Edge? Do you have that one handy?
Galaxy's Edge? Something more? Or are we going to jump to the big news?
Where there's big news?
The just announced. What's that?
Well, I think we got to talk about Galaxy's Edge. You want me to talk about Galaxy's Edge and you hang on to the big news? You want to announce the big news?
I'm so excited about the big news.
All right. Here, real quick, Galaxy's Edge will allow you to visit a remote trading port on the edge of wild space where Star Wars characters and their stories come to life, where guests will find themselves in the middle of the attraction. The land will feature 2 major attractions that will put you in the middle of a battle between the First Order and the Resistance. One attraction will make guests feel like they're on a Star Destroyer inside a hangar bay. It's built on a scale we've never seen before, they say.
Sweet.
The second attraction will give the opportunity to fly the Millennium Falcon, piloting the ship, shooting blasters, or preparing for hyperspace, all while completing a critical mission. And then, of course, you'll have the Cantina, where you'll be able to try unique concoctions like blue milk. I can't wait for that in 2019. Now, it's going to open in Disneyland first.
Yes.
And then Walt Disney World later in 2019. So I think we should be at the opening of both.
That would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
Oh.
So what, Tim, is the big news?
Well, we're going to tie in the Star Wars Galaxy Edge with the upcoming plans that were revealed during D23 for the there's no announced official name yet.
Right.
For the Star Wars inspired themed resort at Walt Disney World.
This thing sounds incredible.
Here, and this is part of something they're calling which means expensive, but it's going to be the new Disney 360 vacation concept.
Right.
All encompassing, it sounds like. It's taken everything and giving you an experience at your resort. It sounds like it's going to be almost theme park like.
Right.
Like you're going to be involved in Disney storytelling is going to be at the resort. Things, people, characters are going to be interacting with you. I'm just going to read what Bob Chapek said here, because it's unlike anything that exists today. From the second you arrive, you will become part of a Star Wars story. You'll immediately become a citizen of the galaxy and experience all that entails, including dressing up in the proper attire. I'm not sure I have that kind of attire. Once you leave Earth, you will discover a starship alive with characters, stories, and adventures that unfold all around you. It is 100% immersive, and the story will touch every single minute of your day and will culminate in a unique journey for every person who visits. I don't know what all that means, but it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
It really does.
You know?
Here's what I'm thinking. So, and I could be completely off. This is completely, my thought process on here. You're going to check into this resort. They are going to have a Star Wars looking outfit waiting for you in your room.
Oh.
You're going to put that on. They're going to want you to be immersed in that for the entire time you're there. You're going to then, after, at some time, my guess is they are going to transport you to the new Galaxy's Edge, and you're going to become part of the show. It's not going to be you, wearing your cargo shorts and your Mickey t-shirt walking around the park like everybody else. You're going to be part of this thing.
Right.
And the other characters, the other cast member characters are going to interact with you like you're part of that world. That's my guess.
Right.
It just sounds so incredible. I cannot wait for this.
I know if you I've looked this up online, a couple like tech blogs, and they're saying some of the things that I'm sure you've been hearing. All the employees are going to be in costume and in character.
Right.
So kind of similar to Pandora. Every employee is going to have their own character. And then each guest gets their storyline, which we already mentioned, and it's meant to take place on a spaceship. So the only windows in this hotel look out to space. All the windows are like you're looking out at space.
Isn't that crazy?
That is awesome.
I think it's going to be incredible. And here's a little something if some of you haven't seen. Len Testa tweeted this out. Universal has started to ask guests questions about this resort. They're asking people, how interested would you be in staying at this resort? So if Universal is asking that question, what do you suppose Universal is going to try and open up if this becomes as successful as you and I both think it's going to be?
Well, I think we both know it's clearly going to be a Harry Potter resort.
Gotta be.
But I don't know why you would wait till Disney makes a big announcement. You could have thought about this a long time ago.
Right.
So now Universal's kind of taken a, we're following type thing. Finally. Exactly. It was kind of backwards there for a while, it seemed like, but then this D23 nuclear bomb of an announcement went off.
Oh my goodness!
And
now here's the thing, and we don't want to be critical when you don't have to be, but this is one of those things that Disney they can't drag their feet on. It can't be like the whole Pandora thing where they take too long to make this happen. Because all it's going to take is Universal to slap something in there real quick, and it's going to look like they're following.
Right.
And we don't want that to happen,
I don't think they'll let that happen.
I don't think so either.
These are billion-dollar plans they're launching right now.
Absolutely. I think you're exactly right. I am very excited about this one. The price we're hearing right now is somewhere, rumor has it, somewhere around $650 a night.
I know that seems crazy, but if you look at what the deluxe resorts are going for, and maybe they're giving us like peak time, worst case scenarios to kind of cushion the blow, but that's far enough out. We just have to wait and see how things fall.
Right, and they're talking a family of 4 with 2 kids, 2 adults, 2 kids, about $2,500 for 2 nights.
Wow.
So it's not going to be a cheap proposition.
No.
But if it's as immersive as they're saying, it might be one of those things. I mean, let's face it, some of the, you could go over and stay at and we've talked about this, the Polynesian or Grand Floridian for $600 a night.
Right.
So I mean, you're dropping about the same amount of money without that whole immersive feel to it. So,
and I wouldn't think, this is just my speculation, this can't be a resort that's can be super huge.
No.
I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's doesn't have a lot of guests staying there.
No,
because
it'll be very limited. Yeah,
because you're going to have all these storylines, character things going on, and they're going to have to keep all that kind of in control, so everything kind of makes sense. So I think this is going to be almost like a Disney boutique hotel. So and you don't have that many rooms, and you don't have that many people, you're going to have an additional. The cost is going to go up due to the limited inventory as well.
Right.
So.
Right. Sure.
That's my thought.
Nobody's going to be able to do it as well as Disney. I mean, you look at just the resorts that they have where, you're transported to Polynesia, going to the Polynesian, or old Florida, going to the Grand Floridian, or the Beach Club.
Right.
Any of the, I mean, and those are not even as immersive as they could be. You throw this thing up there, it's going to be like nothing the world has ever seen, I think.
This hotel is going to be like Disney's version of Fantasy Island.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Absolutely. That's a great analogy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're done gushing. It's now time to talk about a big controversial move that Disney has made.
Oh.
And that is they're getting rid of the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah.
So
tell me about this one, because all these announcements came over the weekend, and I was at a bunch of parties, so I wasn't able to like catch a whole lot of this. And this one kind of slipped under my radar.
Well, you got to stop with the big social life. You're a little social butterfly.
It's graduation party time, my friend. Lots of fun.
You're just cutting checks. That's what you're saying. I get you. Okay, so this they were very excited, and I rightfully so. Mickey's never had his own ride.
Crazy.
Goofy's got his own ride. Mr. Toad had a ride. Peter Pan's got a ride. Dumbo, Mickey has never had his own ride. So they're calling this the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail that's coming to Hollywood Studios, taking the place of the Great Movie Ride. First Mickey-themed ride through attraction. The attraction will put guests inside a wacky and unpredictable world of a Mickey Mouse cartoon short where they are the star and anything can happen. This zany, out-of-control adventure features surprising twists, turns, dazzling visual effects, and mind-boggling transformations that happens before their very eyes. The Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail will feature a new story and a new singable attraction theme song.
Oh.
What?
Not from me. But go ahead.
No, we don't want to know.
No.
It's a small world. Just keep singing. As well as new experiences that they are calling 2.5D. No 3D glasses required.
That's cool.
Disney's Walt Disney Imagineer Kevin Rafferty said teams are inventing new technologies that turn the flat world of a colorful cartoon short into a dimensional display of amazingness. I am very excited to see what this is. I mean, the technology that they're putting out there anymore has gotten ridiculous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Star Tours is ridiculous. The Flight of Passage, ridiculous. Just how unbelievable. They're saying to prepare the new home of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail, the Chinese Theater at Disney's Hollywood Studios will close August 13th. So you got until August 13th to get that great movie ride in and see poor Sigourney Weaver sweating in the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
Shaking.
I wonder if the exterior will remain the Chinese Theater, though. I love that at the end of the... I love that being the weenie for the park.
Absolutely. But I'm going to say no.
Oh, it could be, though.
But the question is then what will it be?
Right. A big steamboat for Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that.
Right.
But we'll see. I have not heard what their plans are. I do know that projection imaging that they do for the Star Wars Spectacular every evening is incredible, and we'll have to wait and see what
right.
what they do with it. But they're still going to use something that they can use that projection technology because it's ridiculously good.
Right,
so.
Exactly.
What's this new Kansas City Willis Wood Theater? What is that all about?
You know what? I love this idea. I'm wondering where it's going to go. It's going to be they're saying it's going to be a new venue for world-class entertaining at Main Street, USA. And it's going to be based on the, like you said, at the theater from Kansas City, the Willis Wood Theater. And I just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks familiar. I'm wondering where it's going to be. Is it going to take the place at Town Hall? Because if you look at the picture, it looks kind of that dimension.
Yeah.
To kind of, block the Contemporary back there. But then you go, halfway down Main Street and you go to the right, you have that, across from the Emporium there, you have that little side street that's just kind of a dead end. I don't know if they're going to try to open up some space back there and put a theater back there.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be exciting either way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This is going to be my bet on this, and it's going to be as you walk in off to the right. Is that this City Hall over there to the right?
Oh, to the right. I guess Town Hall's to the left. I meant to the right where Tony's Town Square Cafe is.
Right. Yeah. So I'm guessing it'll go over in that area.
That's
just my guess.
That was my initial thought, and then as kind of in my mind walking down Main Street, I was thinking, well, we still have this area here, but then I think they use that backstage area for other things though. So
right. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
There will be scrims up on Main Street, USA, my friend.
It'll be what?
There'll be scrims up wherever they put it.
Yeah. Well, like it was when we were down there, where there was an awful lot of stuff going on. By the way, I hear that the Wilderness Lodge, all those walls have come down, and it's looking good down over at the Wilderness Lodge now again.
Oh, fantastic!
So all the DVC is pretty much done, but other than I think still around the pool over there, there's still some stuff. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be interesting what kind of shows they're going to put in there, like Frozen Live. They're talking Frozen Live type stuff.
Right.
So
whatever the movie is of the season.
Right. So here's I'll give you my impressions in a few minutes. Here's another thing that they're going to be doing, Disney's Yacht Club Resort, because of course they're expanding the convention center, so they got to make sure they got plenty of places for folks to eat. They're coming out with the Market and Ale and Compass restaurant and eatery. They say the new Airy Market offers a small merchandise area. Mm-hmm. And 28 seats for casual dining.
Oh, small.
Both, made to order and grab and go as you start your day with an egg white wrap, spinach and feta pastry and sticky bun. Lunch and dinner will include specialties such as grilled paninis, ham and cheddar on a pretzel roll, and veggie sandwich with roasted broccoli and garlic. The whole new Ale and Compass concept debuts at Disney's Yacht Club in October, so coming quick. When the lobby lounge is transformed with a new interior that expands to 58 seats, offering a new menu of classic cocktails and light bites. The biggest change is adjacent to Captain's Grill, which becomes Ale and Compass Restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So they're still working out the menu, but it will have a gastropub ambiance. What's a gastropub ambiance?
It sounds kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pink? Like, when I have gastro issues, I grab that pink stuff.
The pink bottle? I was thinking like burger and beer type place, but I'm not really positive.
So they're adding some, the decor is inspired by the cozy warmth of a lighthouse. Lighthouses are cozy and warm. As a comforting respite from the outside world, the casual table service restaurant is on the Disney dining plan. So there you go. That's a little something to eat there. And then what's going on with Candlelight Processional? They even made that announcement.
They've made some announcements of who's going to be performing this year.
Who?
I love these. We have this little Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
Trace Adkins. I'd like to buy a Val Pat. Neil Patrick Harris, he's always a favorite there.
He loves Disney. The guy loves Disney.
He's huge. Does a little voiceover there, I think, at the California Screamin', from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And then CCH Pounder. I don't know what that one is, and I don't want to guess and be wrong. Jackie Velasquez. And there are a few dates in there. They still have to announce those yet. But the professional is 3 times a night, 5 o'clock, 6:45, and 8:15. And I've heard your best way to get in there is get the dining package.
Oh, yeah.
Get a lunch or a dinner, and then you get assured seating. And I think sometimes even breakfast is available.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
all right.
If you're going to be there and you want to make sure you see some of these, especially Neil Patrick Harris, that's going to be a hard one to get, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not already close to being sold out.
Yeah, it's got to be tough, because I know the years that I have been there during Christmas, the line is so long to get into any of those shows.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. The dining packages have to be the way to go.
And if you want any of those, you go to 407 WDW Dine.
There you go. There are also the new, much anticipated Terralina Crafted Italian is anticipated to open this fall at Disney Springs in the space of the former Portobello Country Italian Trattoria at Walt Disney World Resort. Good news, James Beard award-winning chef Tony Mantuano
returns. Mantuano, I think.
Okay. Returns from Portobello to create a new menu, and Chef Justin Plank will be back to run the kitchen. It's inspired by the design and lifestyle of Italy's Lake District. The new restaurant will be reminiscent of an Italian home with an open kitchen, dining rooms with eclectic decor, and a new veranda bar outside the main entrance. So that's going to look. Looking forward to that too. I like good Italian food. So
yeah, if that chef's won a James Beard Award, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the food there too much, I don't think.
Right. So that's going to be another good one. Another, just the food is incredible at Disney World anyway. So throw another one in there.
Absolutely, give us another choice.
Give us something else other than going to Homecoming again, because man, I could go for some of that.
Oh. True.
I could go. All right. So, what are your impressions of all of this craziness that has been going on? There have been more, and we'll keep putting those out there as we find them. But that'll get you started. What do you think of all this, Tim?
Kind of like I said before, I think this is Disney and Bob Iger's way to say, I am a parks guy. I had to hold off. I had to take care of some serious business beforehand. If Marvel and Star Wars are available, you have to jump at that. You have to get those on the rails. You got to get those going. And I think in the background, he had his Imagineers working and say, all right, we're going to need some stuff. Get on your A game, because we're going to make some announcements here in the next few years. And we're going to do this right.
Yep. I agree. I think that they're going to have to really step up their game as far as getting folks around. With the Skyliners are a good start. They've got the bus lanes now down there. They got to get the monorail going.
I was expecting a monorail announcement, honestly. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, new monorails were coming. I kept thinking that was going to be an announcement, and it wasn't. So
right. So my guess is they're still negotiating.
Could be.
They probably were planning on that, but there's got to be something because we just read how many new things that are going to be coming to all of the parks. It's not just one all of these parks are getting just all this great stuff, and they got to move. They're going to have, you've said it before, just all these new people coming in just for Star Wars alone that would have never thought to go to a Disney park.
Right. Exactly.
So
I mentioned Star Wars to a friend of ours at work, and he goes, let there be a cantina restaurant. Without knowing any details of what they were building.
Right.
He was somewhere there has to be a cantina restaurant. I said, you can bank that.
Right. So they really need to look, and I think that's what the minivans are about. Of course, all of that stuff. Let's get that transportation going, and they had to build these two new. I didn't realize when we talked about this before D23, I thought, why are they building all this stuff? And you kept saying, well, they got all this stuff coming with Star Wars.
Right.
Who knew they were going to be doing all this other stuff too?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't just right. I was more right than I thought I was.
Right.
Which never happens.
Just ask our wives. We're never right.
Ever.
But wow. What an incredible D23, and we hope that we covered everything, but some of the stuff might have slipped through the cracks. Let us know if we missed something. We will be talking, like I said, about Disneyland and all of the other stuff that's going on in an upcoming show. So, but looking forward to the future of Walt Disney World, Tim.
Crazy.
That is all I've got.
That's it?
Wow. That's not enough for you,
no.
mister.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, the website, ResortLoop.com.
I'm ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like us over on Facebook, rate us on iTunes, and subscribe to the show.
Yeah.
What else should folks do, Tim?
Everyone, go out there, all your social media, contact your friends, your enemies, and share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
Well, maybe not your enemies, but, anybody you moderately like. And
depends on how they like the show, I suppose.
True. That's true.
If you don't like the show, share it with your enemies. Make them suffer.
That's like a double negative.
Thanks for listening to the show. But now you want to share your love of Disney, right? Unfortunately, a lot of our friends, family, and coworkers just don't share the same enthusiasm we do for all things Disney. Well, now MyDizMatch.com has made it even easier with the all-new MyDizMatch apps for iOS and Android devices. Just download the MyDizMatch app and connect with new Disney friends today. And now, for a limited time, you'll get your first month of full membership free just for signing up. Look for the new MyDizMatch apps on iTunes and Google Play and start connecting with real Disney friends today.